Hello, and welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am running a few minutes late today. Sorry about that. But because I was finalizing a graphic I wanted to show you today, and I think you may find it illuminating. So anyway, hello. I'm here literally every single day of the year, every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. I am here to take your political questions. Just put your political questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers. Thank you. And we've got it because of that. We have a fantastic community. We've been able to grow a fantastic community here because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you are a part of the community watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, whatever works best for you. So I thought today we could offer you a little cake, offer you a little cocoa or a cafe au lait or whatever you would. Well, my Cancer moon is showing because I'm just like, boo, boo. Anyway. Oh, Holly, thank you. That really helps. Thank you. Soup is good. Soup is a good option too, Glumzilla. Thank you, Holly. I am feeling better. Thank you. Thank you, Charles. I am feeling better. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm on the mend. Yay. This is I have a Cancer moon too. Virgo is Scorpio rising. Okay. We've got so much stuff to go through. On today's episode, Germany's elections headed to the right. Yay. What could go wrong? Trump, the felon, calls for Musk to be, quote, more aggressive. Oh, Carolyn, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And Elon wants all federal employees to tell him what they accomplished last week. And if they don't, they're fired. No, he'll take that as their resignation if they don't answer. We'll get there. But anyway, at 3 minutes 15 seconds in, we are starting with, thank you, Warrior Witch, the red lipstick resistance. So Chris Cool was asking about Mars today, the planet. Thank you, Design Media Effects. Thank you. Mars is going direct this evening. And you might be thinking, huh? All right, let me show you something. Mars is... He's not just the god of war. He's also... Mars in your chart is where you take action. Because if you think about Mars, what does he do? He's a soldier. He gets up and he does. You know, he's... and he's brave and he's strong and he's, you know... And depending on where he is in the zodiac, depending on what sign he's in, that takes on different... That looks different. For example, when he's in his own sign of Mars, the first sign, he's the soldier, you know. Warhammer 40,000, is it? Or, you know, where they're like, their shoulders are out like this, you know. But after that, he's had enough of war. So it goes into Taurus. And Mars in Taurus becomes the farmer. That old thing about turning a sword into a plow. So Mars in Taurus is a farmer. And on and on. So, having said that, that's Mars. And when any planet goes retrograde, which you will hear people say, oh, this has gone retrograde, that's gone retrograde. Basically, it means that they want to go forward, but they have to kind of stop and go, oh, wait a minute, and take a couple of steps back, like they were going to leave the house. I know I've explained it this way before. Becca from House of Lenormand's in the chat. Hello, beautiful. I sent you an email. Oh, someone's impersonating my channel? Can you really impersonate this? No, I know what you mean, though. Thank you for letting me know. I'll check that out. Anyway, so a planet in retrograde, it's almost like it wants to leave the house, but it has to backtrack and go, okay, hang on. Did I have my keys? Did I take care of that? That's what that plan was. Do I have, did I get that? Did I take care of? All right, I've got all of that. And now I'm going forward into the day and getting on with my day. So, thank you. So, one of the things that Mars, I think, had to stop and go back to look at was Project 2025. Because we always hear about when Mercury goes retrograde, don't start anything new. Don't sign any contracts. Don't come out with any communication that is new. But if you want to work on a project that was already moving, if you want to, all this kind of thing, that's the perfect time to do it. Well, this whole Project 2025 thing, it's been in the works for a long time. So now that, I think, and since the felon got into office, Mars has been retrograde. So as of this evening, like 9 p.m. Eastern time, it starts going forward. Right now it's stationary because it's about to go forward. So right now there's a whole lot of Mars energy. You can almost think of it like a fountain pen on paper. Planets are going forward, and then they stay in one place for a second. They're stationary, and then they go back, and then go to a point, but go stationary. But then they go forward again, and they've got to cover that ground that they just lost. But every time it goes stationary, it's like the ink just kind of seeps, and you get like a big blot of ink. You can think of it like that's the amount of energy. And it just, when they go stationary, it's really intense. And you might think, well, okay, so Mars is going forward, so things can go forward. But it's suddenly the focus shifts to the here and now. It's not stuff in the past, it's here. So, yes, it's possible that what the ilk are doing, yeah, that could ramp up a little bit, but people, we have been feeling a little bit back on our heels. Seemed like people couldn't quite come up with a way to combat, to stand up against this authoritarian rise. Well, I think that's about to end. Specifically, I just wanted to show you. Is that a cat? I just wanted to show you that specifically right now, this is the chart right now. This is what's up in the sky. And this will change throughout the day as it turns, as the Earth turns. But this is Mars, and Mars is in Cancer. And you can think of Mars and Cancer. We talked about he's the soldier in Aries. He's the farmer in Taurus. Well, he's pretty much like the village policeman, the seaside village policeman in Cancer. And it's a small seaside town. That's probably his own son. It's much more family oriented. It's much more home life, small town kind of caring. And he's definitely the policeman, but this is not urban sprawl. It's not that kind of energy. So some people want to say that Mars doesn't like being in Cancer. That's a whole other issue. I will just say very quickly in passing, I have a real problem with people going on about, oh, this planet, it's in its fall, it's in its detriment. People have these aspects in their own charts, and you're taking away their agency and their power by saying, oh, that's just the worst. It never works. Of course it works. It's just how it expresses the energy. So anyway, this is the energy we have right now. And this is a much more caring, community-centered, not Aquarian communal, but this is more community, family, extended family centered. And that's probably not good for people with 4 baby mamas, 3 marriages, 13 children from all these different blah, blah, blah. But it's probably good for people who are decent, people who care about others, so they take action and they protect. And they take action. So, witches, I hear that all the time with my Mars in Pisces and Moon in Scorpio. Oh yeah, Mars in Pisces. Yeah, got a whole thing in astrographics for that too. So Sheriff Andy and Opie, Cosmic Goat Lady says, yeah, think of it as by the seaside because it's a water sign. And it says, I don't think he claimed the 13th one and with the 4th baby mama hasn't claimed yet. So, Francis, does that mean Trump is going to do more harm? Well, not necessarily. He doesn't have a lot. I want to say he has something at the end. Yeah, he's got some stuff at the end of Cancer, but his own ascendant and Mars and everything are actually way down here at the very, very end of Leo. That red squiggle, the very, very end. So like down here, like right up there. So it's not necessarily going to make him do more, but this should empower the rest of us. So I pulled up the chart for the US and to try to look at where this is transiting in the US chart to see kind of how that will affect us. The US chart, we've got a whole bunch of stuff up there in Cancer, right up right there. That blue squiggle looks like a 6 and then a 9 on their sides, right? Yeah, right there. We got a whole bunch of stuff in Cancer in our chart. And so when something passes through Cancer, it affects us. I'm going to make myself big for a second. That Mars at 17 degrees is, it's just past the sun, really. At 13 degrees, it's coming up to Mars. No, it's coming up to Mercury. So it is affecting us, but chances are with it stationary and then it going direct, we're comfortable with Cancer energy. Look at all those planets we have in Cancer. That's 4, including the sun. So we're good with this energy, and this is a very caring. This is a Mars that cares. Cancer cares. So I think it is up in the 8th house, which is the sign of Scorpio. So it can get, the background energy can get a little intense, but it's also emotional. And that's a water sign. And Cancer's a water sign. So it is emotional. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to say on that. But I wanted you to be aware of what's going on, because Mars going direct, we've been waiting for this. So, and I just wanted you to be aware of the whole thing. All right, so media assets. Let me go back down here, and we'll just go back to, we'll go back to the going to the cafe with the kitties. All right. At 16 minutes in, we're going international. I did want to point out something, because there will be people who do not want to hear it, who won't believe you. And oh, stinky. I can't open this image. Darn it. There, I did. Okay, I got it. I grabbed it. Anybody who wants to tell you that, are we having troubles? Oh, anyone who wants to tell you that Musk isn't, that he's not supporting the AFD. Oh, he's not right wing, because you'll have people saying, oh, you're being ridiculous. Share screen. This was at the, let me see if I can make this bigger. This was at the AFD. See, it says AFD there on the right. This was at the rally, and there's Elon Musk live, all 30-foot big-headed of him, supporting the far, far right party in Germany, actively. His big fat head. So if anybody wants to poo-poo, oh no, he doesn't do that. Oh no. You're being hyperbolic, or yes, hyperbolic. No. Receipts. I do everything I can to bring receipts. All right, so German elections have, I guess, just closed, and yes, people, the AFD won 20%. In the U.S., that would be yay, because, well, not that they got that much, but it would be yay because we basically only have two parties, and we don't do coalitions. They do coalitions there, which means nobody gets 50%. So it turns out that the AFD, the far right party in Germany, they did double the numbers they normally get. What could go wrong? Historically, that's always gone so well for not only Germany, but the world. However, it means that there has to be a coalition. The party that won is center-right. AFD came in second with 20%. And then you have other parties that came in with smaller amounts. So all of these other, there's talk, fingers are crossed, the center-right party that won and all these other parties are going to form a coalition and try to freeze out the AFD. Fingers crossed. There's a lot of talk about that. But it's infuriating. So we have the, what does this mean? Sabine says, no, not a coalition of 4 parties. Okay, so but the other parties are going to work together to freeze out the AFD. But if they're not, please let me know. Please tell me. Oh, Jan, my gosh, thank you so much. That really helps. Thank you, Autumn, for being a beacon of light and calm in the sea of utter madness. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sabine says, it was so hard to watch a 3-party match. Okay. Thank you, Jan. So, what's going to happen? Thank you, Marby. Thank you. So what's going to go on? Trampled underfoot by the rise of the right. Those are song lyrics. No. Just no. The history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And we're not doing this again. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And there's a lot less, oh, well, maybe it won't be so bad. Especially in Germany. Y'all know how bad it can get. But with the AFD, let me get some clarification, because I'm not liking. That's working. Let me get some clarification before I tell you what these others are. Sabine says there's still a chance for 2 smaller parties to get over the 5% hurdle. Please, 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 please. Visualize 70 says possible coalition of 3 parties. The CDU/SCU, the SDP, and the Green Party. Oh, Mr. Dill gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the cards are, but then I'm going to tell you what I think of them. So do not make assumptions here, okay? Ultimately, it doesn't matter what cards you pull. What matters is how you interpret them. Okay? Card for the reading. These aggrieved knuckle draggers think that, we're out in the cold because those who are not lily white are getting stuff. Please. Use of resources, trying to use resources in a smart way. Tower, 10 of Swords. That's a big painful ouch. Knight of Wands, actions by the far right, but 9 of Cups. This is decency. These are people of decency, people who know history, people who listen to our grandparents, great-grandparents, people who, we're not doing this again. Get stuffed. So I asked for some clarification, and what I got was the Emperor, the far-right victory, and then the choice, making a choice. And it's probably, I don't remember Chef Boyardee or whoever this is based on having that mustache. I don't know if I can get it to, yeah, I don't know if I can get it to, but you can kind of see. Yeah, I don't remember him having that mustache, but the Emperor, This is the authoritarianism, the far right. This they've had their victory. Now it's a matter of a choice to try to hold them out. Thank you, Linda. Could this get bad? Yes, but I've got that in the way. At the Nine of Cups, this is all these leaders who believe in democracy, who don't believe in that far right garbage, standing together. So that's good. I wonder if the far right, I wonder if they're going to be trying to act because things are not going to go so well for them. Fingers crossed on that. But I definitely have people who believe in democracy and decency stepping up in Germany and here and elsewhere, because we know what this turns into. We know what happens. So, Sneeple says the chef had more of a triangle than a rectangle. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Let me see if I can get any more information. Sorry about the phone. That is not mine. Sabine says, even in the European Parliament, no other party wants to work with the AfD. Yay! Sneeple, I just Googled this picture. I assumed you did. Thank you. Far right. We thought they were gone. There was a point we thought they were gone. There was a point that it seemed like just about everybody agreed. 99.9% of people agreed. Nazis are bad. Authoritarianism is easy for those who are, it's an easy answer for those who would be the ones in power. And that's what Trump wants, and that's what these tech oligarchs want. They want to live in a bubble where only these kind of people are allowed in our treehouse, and everybody else has to get out, or we will do awful things to them, because they can't handle. Yeah, they can't handle diversity. They can't handle democracy. It's messy. It's complicated. You have to open your mind. There have to be people who don't agree with you. And these billionaires, do you know how many people in their lives they have who don't agree with them? By this point, almost none. So it just feels like we know what happens. They know what happens. We know what happens. Anne says, last bastion of the patriarchy. Pluto will rout it out. I hope so. Joliet says they lived in an echo chamber. Oh, yeah, where they're the ones yelling for the echo. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm picking up on major pushback against the AfD. But everybody's got to be strong. You've got to just say no, and no is a complete sentence. We all have to say no, and no is a complete sentence. Yeah, because we know what happens. We're not doing that again. Ace of Wands. Yeah, they can try to add insult to injury, and they have their plan. So I wish I could say it's just going to go poof, but I am getting major pushback against them. So Anne says no with an exclamation point. Yes. Yep. All right. Oh, you're great, Chris Cool. All right. I already answered your question, by the way. So speaking of the 30-foot jumbotron or whatever at 3050, Elon's face, as I showed you, Elon's face was on the jumbotron at the AFD rally, gathering, whatever that thing was. And he smiled and spoke to the neo-naught Cs. Will this come back to bite him later? All these people who were supporting Trump in the US and what Elon's doing, I bet they don't know what the AFD is. I know there's some of them that are awful, but honestly, there is still a streak in the American psyche of, the clarity of World War II. So says it's going to come back and bite him. Please. Oh, it's only 3 cards. Good. I hope that doesn't mean something completely different in German, because Raymond, that's hysterical. I'd say it out loud, but again, I don't know if that means something in German. So. That was good. That was good. Do read the screen. If you can, read the screen. Okay. Oh, that was good. So, well, not 4 swords. Nothing at the moment. He's hurting a lot of people. A lot of people are out in the cold because of him. This is turned upside down. He is so misusing. He's being so destructive with the, that's what I'm looking for. The magician is about, I said the word earlier, the magician is about using your stuff you are able to access and organize. Resources, that's the word I'm looking for. He is so misusing the resources of destroying the resources of the government. And there's a big judgment here. I think there are some courts that are getting involved. But what form is this judgment going to take against Elon? Because the likelihood of someone that rich going to prison is nil point. Yeah, Trump wants him to be more aggressive. Ick. Page of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. Whatever it is, it's not going to happen for a while. This is the muckrats. And they're the muckrats. There's the whole Project 2025, and let's throw this away. What about throwing that away? What about, no, he's going to keep going for a while, unfortunately. Gross. Gross. All right, speaking of not gross, speaking of actual profiles and actual courage, and bless him, 35. Zelenskyy offered. Okay, first of all, you know how the other day the felon was saying that Zelensky's a dictator and he, right? He just wants power. He's not calling elections, all this kind of stuff, and demanding that Ukraine they should give up huge swaths of land to Russia and never be in NATO. Zelenskyy offered to resign in exchange for peace, actual peace, and NATO membership for Ukraine. I'm not picking up dictator for life here. I imagine he would consider that no price at all. Easy. I believe him 100% that he would do it too. I'll resign in exchange for peace and NATO membership for Ukraine. So what's going to happen? Oh, but he's a... Raymond says, if Zelenskyy was really a dictator, Felon 45 would be praising him. Exactly. Oh, hello, Linda. Again? Are we waving? You're probably not waving at me. I just see this little hand waving. Mr. Joseph, such an honorable offer. Yes. Of course, they're not going to take him up on it. The felon and Putin and their cults. There's the government. Yeah, I would say Russia's far-right victory in Ukraine has not gone to plan. To quote Dean Winchester from Supernatural, Felon 45 needs to shut his pie hole. Brat. Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands. And yeah, you continue to have the felon trying to support Russia in what ways he can get away with. Zelensky's a hero. Quanzilla says, Zelenskyy has more honor in his fingernail clippings than Felon 45. Yes. Coral says, there's a reason the world admires Zelenskyy. Yes. Hi. Okay. All right. So I would love to say we're not going to talk about Muck anymore, but oh, he put himself in the news last night on a Saturday evening. I believe it's Saturday evening. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe this happened on Friday and it was only reported on today, but it sounds like this went out on a Saturday evening. Sigh. So Muck sent out an email to every federal employee last night that instructed them to reply with 5 bullet points on what they accomplished last week. Send it to Elon, of course. It said if they did not reply, He said the government would accept that as their resignation. They have until Monday, close of day, to reply. Yeah. But don't include any attachments or classified material. So, yeah. Even Kash Patel immediately sent out a message to everybody in the FBI, and said, no, we will handle things internally. And there were a couple of other parts of the government where the sane people in charge were like, no, don't do that. You just wait right there a minute. But there are lots and lots, hundreds of thousands of people that are supposed to send an email with 5 bullet points on what they actually accomplished last week. Of course. What did you accomplish last week? I don't know. I'll have to let Elon. I'll have to ask Elon if what I accomplished in my life last week was enough. Even though I'm not a government employee, you know. He's got so much money, so he must be smarter than everybody. He should be in charge of everything. Yes, Levy, if they don't reply, it's an assumed resignation. By the way, which is illegal based on the employment contracts that these people have signed. And he's doing this in response, which is what we're going to read on next, because the felon said that Musk needs to be more aggressive. This was on Friday, so then last night he sent out. So how's the tower? Wow. There are people deployed overseas. There are people who they're not going to see any messages for quite some time. But everyone else. Lenot, hey Lenot. Lenot says there are calls for people to flood the email with junk emails. Do we know what email address they're supposed to send this stuff to? Asking for a friend? Or 635 of them? Ten of Cups. Oh, there is actual hilarity that could ensue. The card for the reading, that could be a party. That could be fun. Behind that, Knight of Cups. Oh, taking action. Oh, come on, here. And look at the look on her face. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, Elon's protected by the felon. There's the country, 9 of Swords. It's freaking some people out. There are a lot of very scared people, which is really infuriating. People terrified of losing their jobs. People who they're working, but these people, they don't make much money. And they're terrified. How am I gonna, feed my kids? How am I gonna take care of my sick kid? Hermit. There are a lot of people who are going to ignore Elon. A lot of people are going to ignore him. Not just those who are, have been told by their superiors to not do this. Oh, here we go. Paula. Bless you, Paula. Send a list of what you have done this week to hr@opm.gov. Of course, I'm not. That's what you could do. I'm not saying that's what you should do. It's just some information that's out there. Anyway. Please see E. Please see at PA. Send Julie Worcester says, Autumn, send him your readings for the past week. Oh, Alexa Gibson, I've seen on YouTube, yeah, MAGA voters saying, I voted for you, let me keep my job. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Katie Arbuckle says, wait, all that means Trump? What if Trump doesn't reply to the email by Monday? oh gosh. Teresa says, I could list literally everything I've done and get really personal. Yeah, okay. What was next? Oh, yes, the felon who is golfing. Lois is sorry. Lois. I apologize. Lois is saying that Trump is golfing. Surprise. 47. So this is a family channel. True. Yes, Julia. Trump, Monday, cheated on golf. Tuesday, cheated on wife. Wednesday, cheated taxpayers. Yes. All right. So the felon sent out a post, whatever. And of course, it was in all caps. Because apparently, I don't know, angry grandpa is, he can't read when it's small. Or he's so small and pathetic, he thinks he has to shout all the time. It basically, you can read it in the description box. It says that he thinks Muck is doing a good job. Spoiler alert, no. But that the felon would like to see Muck get more aggressive. So, yeah. But you'll notice Trump's been going golfing. So yeah, you go do the hard work. I'm going to go swan around playing golf, doing whatever I want. And the next question, no, this, yeah, I'm going to do the next question on, are they lying to Trump about the poll numbers? Because he's not seeing the same poll numbers I'm seeing. But yeah, be more aggressive. Yeah, bullies, brats. Yeah, Patty, and driving around the NASCAR tracks. Yes. 8 of Wands. He's so awful. 7 of Swords. Thief card. Strength. Ooh, scrub down to the nerve endings. Ace of Swords. While Trump is off doing whatever. Oh yeah. Muck is yeah, he's I think part of I think part of me, and I'm assuming part of a lot of you, you just kind of, you're an optimist, and you want to treat people well, and you want people to be treated well. So I think our knee-jerk reaction is to think, boy, okay, well, at least things will get better in a couple of weeks because, you know, this will be over. No. I'm sorry to say, no. There's more to Project 2025, and Muck is just going to keep going till somebody stops him. Oh, I could cry. 50:45. Sabine had a question. No. Sabine, hang on. You're next. You're next right after this. I want to make sure I get to this one because it follows naturally. But I'll get your question in just a minute. So the felon was saying highest poll numbers ever. I guess we're on the right track. 3 exclamation points. See you at CPAC today. Big crowd, 3 exclamation points. Highest poll numbers ever? Are they just lying to his face? It's like, is it Quinnipiac? Is that the poll that's always super, super right wing? Gene Hall says the goal of 2025, Project 2025, is to reduce the USA to lords and serfs. You're not wrong. Sabine says, yep. Patty says, asks for who? And Julia is saying highest poll numbers. Someone's high, and it's not the pollsters. So these are gaslighting you. So then again, he will just lie and twist reality to whatever he thinks it should be. But world. Okay, so that's just a card for polling. That's just like talking to lots of people. Now, and we're not super crazy about pollsters. Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris. We're not crazy about pollsters at the moment, but this is just a thing. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups. There's a lot of pushback going on. Hermit. Yeah, he is isolated. 6 of Pentacles, cherry picking. King of Swords. Oh yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. The people, they're not going to shellac us at the midterms. They're not going to keep protesting more and more. They're not. No, it's great. Yeah. Kelly says he's mad delusional. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's get to Sabine's question. Because at 53:30, so apparently, I don't know when, is this happening this week, that the felon is going to Fort Knox? And is Muck going with him? Oh my gosh. Oh, Charles. Whoo. Ow. Oh man. $9 a dozen. Eggs were $9 a dozen at the supermarket this morning. Oh man. Thank you for letting us know. Oof. Yes, both to Fort Knox. Oh, so Sabine was asking, are they just going to like find some way to walk off with, move all the gold, or? Oh man, $7 a carton here in Virginia. Oof. Charles, you're in Texas? I hope I haven't divulged anything by saying that. It's a big place. Anyway. Temperance. Good news, gold is heavy. I've seen $12 in New York. It's like buying green peppers. Woof. Wow, cage free is a lot cheaper. Oh, Debsy, $13.23 for an 18-pack of eggs here in Apple Valley, California. Ouch. It's $6 a dozen in Missouri. This is Lori. This is $8 at Costco for 2 dozen, so I guess that's not bad. Costco's been quite as reasonable as possible through a lot of this. Sanders is sold out at $12 a dozen. Charles says the $9 a dozen were the cheap ones. Jeez. Oh man, okay. Yeah, that is true. Yes, Tam, it won't be great for Easter. Yeah. I saw a meme, or it wasn't a meme, but somebody was saying, in my day, eggs and toilet paper were so cheap that we went to we threw them at the houses of our enemies. And for the record, I never did that to anybody. So it did happen to our house once. Our house got TP'd. It was awful. But I never did that. I would not. Anyway. But I thought that was a funny thing to say. Temperance. So, yeah. Okay. 10 of Swords, King of Swords. First of all, these idiots they would try to put the U.S. on crypto in a heartbeat. So yeah, is there some way we could make money by selling this gold? Two of Wands, Justice. Oh, I do love the Justice card. Because it's a metaphor. It's not real. But as a metaphor, I love this card. Against corruption. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to mess with much of anything there. Yeah, with these two major arcana. Plus, they're going to run their mouth. If they were going to do something, they would run their mouth about it first. Yeah, I don't. So, at least there's that. Ugh. Oh my gosh, there's so much other good stuff to do, but I'm still getting over my cold. So I am actually going to roll the rest of these questions over to tomorrow, and I am sorry. I'd like to stay. I really would. I'm having a really good time. Thank you. But yeah. All right. So that is going to do it for me for today here. But at 3:00, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Miss Sarah. She's back today. Callista, bless you. Thank you so much. Love, love, love the astrology content. Looking forward to your project. Oh, gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Okay. Please remember you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. And I'm here every day. And this community's here every day. So come on back. All right. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow. All right. Take care.